Hello everyone, and welcome to the Brickformula review of LEGO set 5892 Sonic Boom. It has 539 pieces for ages 8 to 12, and it's from the Creator Series, and this set retails for $59.99. And I would like to give a shout out to Ace Coolman 56 and Robloxatube. They are the subscribers who had requested that I review this set, so everyone check out their channels. And moving forward, here in the front we see the Sonic Boom soaring way up there, and it looks really good too. And if you look at the bottom here, it comes with two red light bricks, and it rebuilds into a dual propeller plane or a high-speed boat. Here on the side we have the parts, and you'll see them again towards the end of the video. And here in the back we see all three models up close, and they look really good. And I'll talk about this set in more detail coming up. In this instruction manual, it will tell you that the Sonic Boom is the advanced build, the dual propeller plane is the medium build, and the high-speed boat is the quick build. And you'll also notice that there are no minifigures in this set, so I guess we'll just move on to the jet. First up is the advanced build, which is the Sonic Boom, and this thing looks gorgeous. It looks like it can definitely live up to its name because it does look like a really fast aircraft. And here's what it looks like from the side. And I would say it's pretty close to minifigure scale. There's the bottom. We have some landing gear too, and the way that works is you lift these parts up and you can close the rear wheels in just like that, and you can close it up again. And this one can just slide in right there, and it looks pretty good. It's pretty smooth now. And to bring them back out, you would have to take these out again, pull these out, push that back in, so this way it locks the wheels in place, because without them this thing can just pretty much fall on its butt. And we'll bring that back out, and that looks pretty good. Here's the back view, and you notice that these tail fins right here are pretty loose. They like to swing around like that, but you do have enough parts left over to stick in something over there, so this way it kind of levels out with the plane, but not really secure. But in the back here, you notice that we have these two engines right there, and there's a lever right here that you can push, and that will turn on the light bricks for you. Of course you have to hold it just to make it look like you're firing the engines, but that's what happens. And here's the view from the top, and that looks really nice too, pretty sleek. Here's the view from the front. Not really happy with the black nose cone, but there's really nothing you can do about that. And there we go. And what I like about it is that it uses like 97% of the parts, which is not bad. And here's what's left. And now to show you guys the inside, first we'll lift up the canopy, and you should do it slowly because if you do too fast, the canopy will come right off. And you only have access to the back seat, so you'll definitely have to rip this one off. And here's what it looks like inside. We have some controls and joysticks, and as you can see the seats are pretty smooth. And you can't fit a minifigure in there, but there is a small catch, so we'll just put them in there. I got some EDU members who were willing to volunteer, and we'll just close that up. And you would think that because they don't attach to the seats, they would be kind of loose, but as you can see, once you put the canopy back on there, they don't move at all because the canopy kind of holds them in there. Now the catch is that once you do that, you're left with like a small gap right there. See that? So yes, you can fit a minifigure, but as long as you don't mind the opening gap over there. But in the end, it does look pretty good with the guys inside there. Not bad, right? And some additional playing features would be these parts right here. They can move as well, and these can move up and down. And I think that just about covers it. So we'll take a look at the next build. Here's the medium build, which is the dual propeller plane, and this model is a lot of fun to play with. Here's a view from the side, and there's the bottom, and we have retractable landing gear, and you can just push them in just like that. And there's a view from the side again, and it looks really awesome. Here's a view from the back, and here's the top, and you notice that up here we have a mechanism that you can push down, and what that does, it will light up these two holes right there in the front, and I'm guessing those are supposed to be machine guns. The weird thing about it is that when you push them in, it makes this weird snapping sound, and the reason why is because you're pushing this against some slope pieces inside, and once you reach the bottom of it, it makes a snapping sound. The good news is that it doesn't really damage the bricks, but it's just weird with that sound. And here's the view from the front, and then back to the bottom. You can pull out the landing gear just like that, and it'll stop at that piece. This way the wheels don't go crazy when you land, and it tilts quite a bit, which is okay. But the weird thing is that this model uses only 66% of the parts. So as you can imagine, a lot of the parts are left over. And here's what's left. And now to check out the cockpit, you have to rip this off. And as you can see, once again, the minifigure will not be attaching to any studs in there. But he fits in just nicely. And it's a good thing he has a visor on, because those joysticks there will probably poke his eyes out. And we'll just close it back up. And it will be a little bit loose, but it's still pretty good. And there we go. And now we can check out the speedboat. Finally, we have the high-speed boat, which is the quick build, and as you can see, it's a pretty good looking model too. Here's the view from the side. There's the top, and if you notice at the top here, we have this bar here, and when you push that, it'll turn on the lights at the top, just like that. Here's the view from the back, and the motor can go all the way up by that much, and it'll come back down to this part right here. And when it does, the propellers will barely touch the ground and scrape it a little bit, because as you can see from the bottom, it's only held up by 3 slide shoes, and it raises just enough to get by. Here's the view on the other side, and you notice that over here we have a green light. On the other side it was red. And here's the view from the front. And this model uses about 60% of the parts, so you definitely have a lot left over. And here we are. And now to take a look at the inside. The windshield can actually be moved up this way because it's held on loosely like that, and can go down all the way by that much. And as you can see, it's not exactly minifigure scale. It looks like it was built for someone who's a little bit bigger. But if you must know, here's my Baywatch babe enjoying the back seat there. Ain't that nice? Although honestly, I'm not too fond of it because it's not minifigure scale. It would have been cooler if it was. But if you look inside there, we have a joystick, a really weird looking steering wheel, and some other controls there. And there we go. It's still a pretty nice boat. And now we can move on to the recommendations. Overall, this is a pretty good set. It's definitely one of my favorite creator sets around. Now, when it comes to the value, well, the first thing we should look at is that this set was actually discontinued last November. So you're not going to find this in a lot of the online stores. But I went to the 5 closest Toys R Us around me, and 4 out of 5 had them in stock, so that's how I got mine. So you can still get it there. And when it comes to the play value, I think it's excellent. If you've ever wanted to build your own military aircraft, this is a great way to start because it does have a great set of landing gear. And you can probably model your stuff after this one because it is a really good looking jet. And you can learn a lot from this build just by itself. The other 2 builds are pretty cool too. I especially like the dual propeller plane. And in the end, I think you'll find this to be a really fun set, and you'll definitely like it. And that sums up my review. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.